Good evening, everyone. I'm Amreen Zaidi, your hostess for the rest of the evening. I'll be taking you around for two very beautiful sessions. Diamonds for everyone, okay? Well, they say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But what do you do when this friend of yours acts hard to get and very pricey? You look for solutions, don't you? So that is exactly what we have for you in our next session, Diamonds for Everyone, Technology and Innovations. This session of ours is curated just for you to answer all the questions you have in your mind for the diamonds that we have. I now request our esteemed panelists and our moderator, Mr. Neeraj Grover, and the panelist, Mr. Dhaval Deora, Ms. Soumya Vardhan, Ms. Uma Parvati, to please come up on stage.
Thank you.
Mr. Dhaval Deora is the MD and CEO of Deora Diamonds, a prominent name in diamond industry. Mr. Deora is a Surat-based successful entrepreneur and an innovator of various technologies used in modern diamond trade. We also have with us Ms. Soumya Vardhan, an award-winning Indian spirituality technologist, entrepreneur and management consultant in Bay Area, California, and co-founder of Shubh Puja Services Private Limited. Soumya launched India's first online platform for spiritual ceremonies, shubhpuja.com. She is a professionally qualified Vedic astrologer. In Silicon Valley, she is a program and product leader with Yahoo and has delivered complex technical products in hardware and software engineering for several Fortune 100 companies. Then we have amongst us Ms. Uma Parvati. Known as an artist prodigy since childhood, Uma has won many accolades throughout her life for displaying creative flair. A design graduate from NIFT Gandhinagar, she has been known for her creative design skills and innovative ideas. Working in diamond trade in the capacity of creative director, she has developed a refined style for different evolving collections using technology. The session will be moderated by Mr. Neeraj Grover, member of the Managing Committee of Vasant Vihar Club, an IPR practitioner having over 23 years of experience in dealing with intellectual property law matters, including technology laws. Over to you, Mr. Grover.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Zedi, for introducing all of us. And let me start with this. In fact, 5 minutes back, the jitters which were coming to me was since this morning we are listening to so many intellectual sessions, and I was feeling that here we come on a material issue. And it is actually materialistic issue, but yet we would want to give the same kind of knowledge, which, yes, is a practical knowledge and something which we are looking into the future. There are so many. Since yesterday, there is this exhibition out here put up by Mr. Deora's company. And I personally had been observing people, many of our residents, going there, getting attracted with the diamonds, but coming out with some kind of questions as to what is it all about. Is it a natural diamond? Is it a real diamond? Is it glass? Those questions, I believe, yes, do come to the minds of every one of us. It's not that the diamonds which are at display they are not diamonds. It is not that it is glass. It is not that they are artificial glasses. What I am told as of now is that these are the real diamonds. The process, yes, with technology, the process has been taken over to such an extent that what we are now getting is the same product by the assistance of technology, in which the environment is not being damaged to the extent to which the natural diamond perhaps would damage the environment. Later on in the session, we would go on to those aspects. But still, there are some questions in my mind as well, which I would want the panelists here to clear. Ultimately, it's a question of procuring something for our passions. And when we procure something for passion, there is a sense of investment balanced with a sense of the entitlement as well. So straight away, to introduce Dhaval Bhai, I am informed that Dhaval Bhai and his family have been in diamond trade for over 30 years now. Dhaval has seen the trade grow over and technology developing in this trade. So my first question to Dhaval would be as to what developments have happened since last, let's say, over 20 years, when Dhaval is based in Surat, which is, let me tell you, in my discussions just 15 minutes back with Dhaval, I was amazed to know that even till date, over 70 to 80% of world diamond anywhere has some kind of involvement of Surat. So therefore, as an Indian city, we are today controlling the entire diamond trade all over the world. It comes maybe for polishing, maybe for cutting, and it goes back. So maybe the manual manpower or the expertise of our own people is being used, but we still are someone, it is something to be proud of as an Indian, that Surat is today also a pioneer in the new technology manufacturing. I would correct myself, not manufacturing, in the new technology growing of a lab-grown diamond. So let's just, I'll hold my words for lab-grown diamonds for the moment. Let's just ask Dhaval Bhai, how has technology over the period of time, and I'm not talking of lab-grown diamonds which has come commercially only 2 years back or 3 years back. I am talking of technology to treat, to process, to cut the natural diamond so as to get what we are getting today in terms of quality. What I have a basic layman knowledge on it is those 4 C's. So would you explain it to our audience as to what was being done 30 years back, how the technology came into the picture, and how thereafter, with the use of technology, the quality of the diamond which we get from a raw stone, how is that now being coming out in a better manner, only, let's say, for a mined or a natural diamond?
Hello, everyone. So, basically, raw diamond started getting polished in somewhere around mid of 40s, 1400. So from that time to the mid of 90s, there were no such huge demands for diamond. But after 1950s and 60s, the demands in the world for the polished diamond is getting too much demand is there was in market. So in like 30 years before, when my father came in Surat, we basically belongs to the Saurashtra belt of the Gujarat, and my father came to the Surat as a diamond polisher who started polishing the diamonds. There was no such technology available in the market. It was all on the human expertise, on a understanding of a human, that they used to see the diamond, that how to get a best diamond out of this diamond according to their own knowledge. That because diamond is having so much of high refractive index, the impurities in the diamond reflects everywhere in the diamond. If you see the diamond, the one impurities would reflect everywhere. So it becomes very difficult to position that inclusion where it is exactly. And if that inclusion will come into the polished diamond, that will make that polished diamond more impurer and less valuable, because diamond's value is basically on the 4 C's. That is a cut, clarity, color, and carat. What carat means, what are the size of the diamond, clarity, how pure is the diamond, color is the how better color of the diamond, and the cut grade, that how greatly it has been cut and polished. So to generate a maximum value, after the 70s, 80s, some technological changes has started coming up into the market. So like initially it was all on the human expertise, but nowadays we developed a technology to scan the rough diamond, which is basically a X-ray of the diamond, that you have to put the diamond into the same immersion medium where all the refractions goes out, and you would be able to allocate the impurities of the diamond in a 3D locations. So from the help of that scanning data, we have developed a AI-based planning software that that calculates the optimum value what you will get out of this diamond. Because from the raw diamond, if it's a one diamond, you will get 3-4 polished diamonds, different shapes, different size, and different carats, right? So these algorithms let you know that if you cut the diamonds from these planes, you will get a maximum yield out of it. And again, diamond is the hardest material. So initially, to cut the diamond, they used to like diamond was used to rub with the another diamond to cut the diamond, because diamond can only cut the diamond. Okay. So nowadays we introduce a laser system to cut the diamond and to shape the diamond, and then now we have developed a polishing robots which automatically polish the diamonds, 56 facets on the diamonds. So this is how the things gone up in last 20 years. This what have technological changes I have suggested now, that some of the technology has been developed 10 years back, some 5 years back, some 15 years back. But this is the roadmap till now.
So, Dhaval bhai, how do I see, I mean, we have seen diamonds which glitter. We have seen diamonds, in their end form. Could you tell us that how does the journey of a diamond start naturally? Where, I mean, there is mining, I know, but how does it actually start, and what is it that you procure from various sources, whichever countries have those diamond mines or whoever is controlling those diamond mines? As a processor of a natural diamond, what is it that you get?
So basically, currently all the natural diamonds are coming from the African countries, Russian countries, from the Russia's, African countries, and Canadian country, Canada, I mean. So basically, natural diamonds formation start in the deep down in the Mother Earth. It is around 150 to 200 kilometers deep down the Earth, where all the natural gases infusions, and under the high atmospheric pressure and the temperature over 1000 degree, the carbon molecule started structure in a manner that creates the diamond. And then by time, the eruption of the volcanic eruption, everything takes that diamond and the upper surface of the soil. And there are commercial minings are going on in African countries, Canada and Russia, to get that diamond. So basically we procure all that diamond from all these countries, and then we get it polished here in Surat, and then we export it to the different countries like USA, Europe, Japan, everywhere.
So, how would a raw diamond look at? I mean, if I was to see a raw diamond, unpolished, whatever comes to you, does it look like a normal stone and you have to then polish it, cut it to bring out the something that we see? So if I today am going round Vasant Vihar and I find a stone, so could it be a raw diamond? In our earlier days, we used to hear those stories that these are stones, and any stone may be a diamond. So when you procure them as a raw stone, do you procure them as a stone which to a naked eye looks like a diamond, or to a naked eye what does it look like?
First of all, let us hope that in Vasant Vihar you find the diamond. Okay, so let us all pray for it. But yes, it's like a just general stone only. The layman who doesn't have the knowledge in the diamond field won't be able to identify either it's a diamond or it's a normal stone. Okay, so if like I would say a gemologist or who is having a knowledge in the diamond would be able to know that this is a diamond and this is a stone, because the light coming out of the diamond, because when it's a raw stone, you can't find this sparkle or glitters on the rough stone. For the glitters and sparkles, you have to cut the diamond in a manner so maximum light can scattering and comes out, and it gives a glitters. But yes, definitely the raw diamond is like only a rough any stone, like it's we see on the road.
Okay. So, Dhaval bhai, you just told us that the technology has now taken over the scanning, the planning. Now, to my layman mind, if technology was not being used and there was a stone, let's say 20 years back, for a human expert to cut that stone in a particular manner so as to get the best quality which you are getting today on processing a natural diamond, there would have been much more wastages, there would have been much more, I would say, hit and try matters involved, wherein the actual person would cut it and then would not find, or would find an intrusion in what he would have thought would not have been there. So with the technology, is it that today a particular raw stone is being processed to get out the best that anyone could have, the best expert could have got, or even beyond?
So, if I'll give you a state behind it, so before the technology, the same rough diamond is coming because the rough diamond hasn't changed their, nature, right? So it's a same rough diamonds coming from last 50, 60 years. Earlier, before the technology, we used to get a 28% yield out of total, like it's a 100 carat rough diamond, we used to get a 28 carat polished diamonds out of it. From the help of the technology, we are now getting 42% of the yield out of 100. If it's a 100 carat rough diamond, we are getting 42% of polished diamond. So this is the gap. We add almost 14 carat plus on every 100 carat. So 14% yield we have increased due to the technology. Because as I said, we are now cutting with the help of laser. Initially, when we were cutting with the stone, we were getting almost 10% wastage, which we have bring down to now 0.5% of wastage.
Okay. Also, please let our audience know, I read somewhere that it takes hundreds and thousands of years for that stone to actually come out, and I believe today, as we are stressing the environment in every possible way, we are also stressing down the earth. So what is the process? I mean, today you said it is 100 kilometers down the earth, and I, for a general knowledge, I hear that somebody like De Beers, they own almost 60% of the entire world's mining rights. So they mine out they commercially mine out these mines in Africa, they commercially mine out these mines in Canada. What is it that is required to go in that mining process? How is that process working?
Mining of a natural diamond?
For mining of a natural diamond.
Yeah. As you truly said, as I earlier also mentioned, sir, there are two huge resources in the for the natural diamond. One is Russia and one is African countries. And you truly said the De Beers company holds the around 50 to 60% of total mines across the globe, and rest 30 to 40% is with the Russian government. That is Alrosa company, name is Alrosa. So how they start? I mean. Because when they first they do a due diligence that what are the percentage of diamonds are there deep down the earth, and they start digging the earth, and for the, if I'll say you the state, if you want a 1 carat of a diamond, they have to move around 250 tons of earth for to get a 1 carat of diamond. That of course requires a lot of energy and lot of resources, but that is the way how it's going. And because what I'm stating currently, that was the ideal number. Some of the mines which running from last 10-15 years doesn't give this much output even now, because the efficiencies have come down. The way they are going deeper, now they are not getting this much of diamond they initially used to get.
So you mean to say that the available resources of the diamond under the earth are already being taken out? They are getting a scarce kind of a commodity. Is it becoming a rare commodity in times to come? Would it be after 10 years to find a natural diamond of a bigger size would be like a jackpot for De Beers also, who holds the mines, and they may not get that kind of a jackpot for long times to come?
You rightly said, sir, it would be because, as I said, currently they are exhausting with their resources and they are not getting that much of diamond now. And not even a larger diamond, to get a larger diamond even now is a news for them. A very larger size. I'm talking about if a 4-5 carats of a polished diamond from which you can get. That is also great news for them even currently. So they are not getting that much of larger diamond even now they used to get earlier.
So, I also in my due diligence while I was doing some research for the topic, I hit upon certain debates world over. There are certain debates going on world over whether diamond mining should be totally banned, which obviously is a commercial hit to those countries, and therefore the diamond mining may not be banned. But what I read through was that all these diamond mines which go through, there are various environmental issues involved. And if I may say, the internet today is filled of the reports which say that there are downsides, like there is a human exploitation, there is exploitation of soil. To me personally, if 250 tons of Mother Earth is required to be dig for mining 1 carat of diamond, is it worth wearing it today to use that diamond for as a semiconductor or as a stone, which is the hardest stone ever known, is something else. But to wear it as a luxury after 250 tons of mining has gone into, human lives have gone into, and what I also have read on the internet is that in these mining, the human lives who are, the African human lives, who are actually taken to give their services to go deep down and mine for it, sometimes there are gases which come out and they lose their lives. So what is your take on it? And as diamond industry, I mean last few years, what is the alternative that diamond industry was coming out with?
As you rightly said, sir, even I mentioned that it requires a lot of resources to get the diamonds out of the Mother Earth, because, as I said, 250 tons of Mother Earth need to get moved to get a 1 carat of diamond, and obvious for that effort it requires a lot of energy, and most of those energies are come from the fossil fuels only, which creates a lot of carbon and greenhouse gases to the environment. And the working conditions under the mine is not so that great. So of course there was a like a campaign in the world that to ban the diamond mining because of the human exploitations that are there in the African countries, and there is no such any controlling authority was there. So for that there was actually the team of scientists and researchers has already tried to develop technology for the alternative of this, and fortunately they got succeeded 10, 20, 15 years back, and commercially that technology has came into the market just 3-4 years back. That is a lab grown diamond, and for that that is a clear alternative for the natural diamond, which requires no I mean like for natural diamond mining, it requires a lot of energy, a lot of water resources, a lot of earth to get dig. And while this is a very clean option for the natural diamond, the lab-grown diamond is a very clean alternative for the natural diamond.
So could you tell our audience as to what is this lab-grown diamond? Is it a manufactured diamond, or is it a grown diamond? How do we grow it? How do we grow? Do we grow it like a plant?
So why we say it's not a manufactured item, so it's not kind of machine that we come get it and we switch on it and we will start getting the diamond. This is the completely a process where we give a complete environment like the natural diamond get formed in the Mother Earth. We give a complete environment in a machine, and we actually we do provide that environment and try to avoid the impurities to come in, which in a natural diamond comes in naturally, because there is no such controlling system there. And it it takes almost 60 days to grow a diamond. Why it says grow? Because we use a natural diamond seed only in the high vacuum chamber, and we create a plasma and give a carbon containing gas as a source of carbon, and that at a high temperature these carbon atoms get started forming their structures in a crystalline manner, and that way the diamond grows very gradually, time to time, layer by layer, and it takes almost 60-90 days to grow a solitars in this technology as well.
So, ideally, if you are, let's say, in a particular plant growing, you put 10 to 12 seeds. Do you think that all those 10 to 12 seeds, what is your experience on it? So, all those 10 to 12 seeds grow in an identical manner, or you may get 4 solitaires and 6 may refuse to grow? Is something like that happening?
Yes, sir. So basically the process of growing is a very complex, number one. Number two, it's require a very highly equipped lab and the machinery which have a very tight control over all the parameters like temperature, gases and everything. Although by keeping all these parameters so tight, it's not necessary that you will get the 12 of the 12 diamond with a great color and great clarity. So there are some, if out of 12 I'll get a 3-4 clear, more purer diamond, 4-5 average diamond, and 3-4 might be the waste of it, because even the 1% of temperature variation affects a lot in the growing stage.
So, as I understand it, it is something like growing a plant that we grow, though not in that kind of a controlled atmosphere. It is something like growing the agriculture that we do. We put a seed and the seed grows into a particular aspect. Now, coming back to the qualities of this particular end product. So, as I listened to your team yesterday, what I was told was that the end product, which is now coming out as a lab grown diamond, has the same chemical, physical and other properties as a natural diamond to grow. To my mind, the best example that I could get and I could think of, maybe I thought of 2 or 3 examples when I was thinking about it. So is it something like the IVF technology, which is today being used to grow a human cell? Is it something like, and I heard about it, that we are also looking at lab grown meats or lab grown chicken? We are looking at, and I will not be surprised if next 10 years, though I believe the technology is already there and there are alternatives available wherein I can have the same chicken meat with the same taste and better proteins in a industry manufactured chicken, which gives me the satisfaction that no particular animal or bird is being sacrificed for me to eat. It is industry grown, but I feel that at the moment the alternative, because the chicken that we eat by killing is a cheaper version than the industry version. Therefore the shift may not come till the time the chicken version is getting scarce. So till the time it is becoming a rare commodity. But as against that, what I feel is that if we have been able to achieve the same diamond, which is a rare commodity in natural diamond, so where is the hitch today to go to that as an alternative option?
So, sir, basically, I'll answer you in the for this in a different aspect. First, it's been like in Homo sapiens, it's been our human history is around for 2 lakh or 3 lakh year old, and what we are consuming from last 50 years is like we gonna overeat by next 50 years. In that volume, we are consuming everything. Okay, so my point being is that. If either it's a coal, either it's a iron, either it's a copper or a diamond or a gold or anything, we are digging a mother like never before. In last 50 years, what resources we have get from these natures, it's too much, and I feel that by this volume we might get end with it. And So when you have a option, alternative option for that, you should definitely go for that alternative option which is not by coming a way of lab grown. And you give an example of a lab grown meat. It's true. This is the only option I currently see a product, a diamond, lab grown diamond is a cheaper than available resource than any other. There are a lot of things available like a lab grown chocolates are there, lab grown meats are there, lab grown golds are there. Okay, gold, even gold is getting growing nowadays in a lab, but they all comes very costly than comparatively available natural options. Okay, this is the diamond is the only option we are getting at the cheaper price. Rest all option are at the very high price. Even if a lab grown meat comes at a very expensive price than the available meat.
Okay. So, before I move to the other panelists, one last thought that comes to my mind is, and I think somebody, while we were standing here just now, somebody asked as to, is it moissanite that we are talking of today? Or what is the difference between zircon and moissanite and this lab-grown diamond? So, could you just inform our audience as to what is the so-called artificial diamond that we were looking at in terms of moissanite? What was zircon, which we know for last 10-15 years as American diamonds, or what is the difference?
So basically, sir, moissanite and in my view, moissanite and zirconia has we cannot compare the diamond with moissanite and zirconia. Definitely, moissanite can give you a feel of diamond, but it's not a diamond. While this lab grown is a diamond only, all the optical properties, chemical properties, physical properties, hardness, everything is same, right? So while the moissanite is a silicon carbide. Okay, so basically its chemical composition is silicon carbide. So silicon carbide can never be as strong as the diamond. Okay, that can give you a feel of a diamond, but it's not a diamond. So if I'll give you an example in that case, so as you in your previous discussion you just said that a lab grown meat or lab grown chicken. So it is wise to compare a lab grown chicken with this chicken what we are eating right now, but the comparison you said of a moissanite and diamond is kind of soya chap comparison with a with a chicken one. It can give you only feel, but it's not chicken.
So it would not also taste the same as I hear many people eating that same soya chap, as you say, in the same gravy, and it looks exactly like a butter chicken. So according to you,
properties of the both are completely different. Na? So my point, I was trying to make a
that's
point
the
that
chicken for the vegetarian
you
people.
cannot compare. You can compare apple to apple. So diamond, natural diamond versus lab grown diamond, or mine diamond versus lab grown diamond, because both are the diamonds. Diamond means the purest form of carbon. Both are the purest form of carbon. While the moissanite has completely different chemical composition, and the zirconia have a completely different chemical composition.
So would I be correct in saying that moissanite is a manufactured stone, and lab-grown diamond is actually a grown stone?
Yeah, you can say.
Does moissanite require some kind of a proper manufacturing process, or it also grows like you are growing a diamond?
No, it's more of a commodity because you don't require that tight parameters for that, like to grow a diamond. Because for diamond, as I mentioned earlier, also you require very tight parameters to grow the diamond. While in a moissanite and zirconia, it's kind of commodity. You don't require such, as you said. You can say manufactured moissanite, but you cannot say manufactured lab-grown diamond. You can only say it's a grown diamond.
Okay. So now I'll move on to Soumya, and this is a particular perspective that I don't think we have enough knowledge about it. Many of us do wear stones in our fingers, because some astrologer somewhere says that okay, wear this, and we just wear it without going into the scientific reasons behind this. We are fortunate to have someone who has a technological background, and also as someone who is a trained astrologer running astrology advice through online platforms, and has I'm sure she has advised many of celebrities. So Soumya, could you tell us, as to generally nothing to do with lab-grown diamond or natural diamond, could you tell us what is the astrological significance in astrologers guiding us upon looking at our charts or our birth charts, guiding us to wear certain stones for betterment of our destiny or for betterments of our vibes and energies, that according to some people, which may change to certain aspect the way that we feel. So what is the science behind this, and is there a science behind it?
Yes. So, Neeraj, I'll answer your question in two parts. I think the first part about how stones affect us, and the second part about the science behind it. For the first part, right, as we all know, we are all unique because our horoscopes are unique. No two people are alike, no two thumbprints are alike in the world, right? And that is how our horoscopes are as well, right? Depending on the position of the charts when you were born, where your planets were placed, according to that, your horoscope is created. So there will not be somebody similar as, Neeraj born on a particular date and time and a place, with exact similar parameters. And that is why your horoscope is very unique. And depending on the placement of planets, we advise you which of your planets could be, strengthened based on astrology, right? And there are different rules in astrology to be able to see that, right? And there are hundreds of rules around that. So that is where we recommend, let's strengthen this planet. And some people will have Jupiter, some people will have Saturn, some people will have Venus. And that's how we look at which planet followed by which stone. Now, the scientific side of stone is, how we see it as how we strengthen the planet is, planets themselves have a color frequency as well, right? So we call our solar system because every planet, all of us also get the energy of sun, right? And through that, we also attract certain frequency in us, we reflect certain back. And that is what happens with the planets. That is why we associate a particular color with each planet. For example, sun is represented by ruby, which is dark red in color. Saturn is blue, where we look at blue sapphire, right? Things like that. So what happens with the stone is, these are just metamorphized form of energy over a period of time. Now that period of time could be months, years, depending on the type of stone, or hundreds of years in case of diamonds. And that is where, when based on our planetary charts, as well as combining, the particular frequency that we want to strengthen for a particular planet, when we wear that stone on our body, which has attracted the cosmic energy, it gives us that benefit of strengthening, that particular frequency, which can get our cosmic energy directed to a particular planet.
So, Soumya, in your experience, I'm sure you have been advising many people around, and some people may have been advised to use certain stones, not exactly diamond. Tell me, heart to heart, have you ever seen somebody benefiting out of this, or it's more a psychological effect? Because if somebody has told me to wear a particular pukhraj and I wear it, and from the next day I feel that now look, I am positive about what I was told. So it's all about, to me, I do it for my positivity as well. Because if I am told that, okay, this is a remedy, I come into a positive state of mind. But as somebody who, instead of, doing it yourself, you, I'm sure, would have seen certain people who would have come with certain kind of feedbacks to you. I am not saying this will change destinies. Maybe for whatever 1, 2, 3% of benefit of that particular planet, does this stone significance, getting energies for a particular planet, actually work in terms of your experience and your feedbacks received from your clients?
Yeah, that's a great question, Neeraj. I would like to answer this as a combination of three parts, actually. The first part is obviously the intent and the manifestation of a particular, objective or the goal that you have. Second part is having the solution, perhaps, being guided for that particular planet, which might be useful for you, so having that right solution. And then the third part is action. Only when you combine, based on my experience, all three factors together, you will be able to see the benefits, right? If you don't have action and you just sit wearing a stone thinking, I'm sitting like a princess in my room and things will happen to me, I don't think that's going to happen, right? We live in a real world, and I'm talking practically as well and based on experience. So we need to combine all the three things together without a solution. Just sitting and definitely doing hard work will get you certain benefits, but if you can strengthen that with a particular frequency that your body can enhance those energies, definitely it will benefit. And I have seen it in many clients, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people who have been going through issues, wearing wrong stones also, not just not wearing a stone, but we have solved cases where people were not guided properly, or without guidance they've worn something, and that's how they ended up like not getting the benefits they were looking at. But in my personal experience, I have seen at least 90 to 95% of the cases getting those strong benefits, and I think that's why I'm in appreciation of our Vedic culture and our Vedic sciences, which has been written 5,000 years back. Until date, I still see value in it.
That's great. In fact, karma is something that I also believe, whichever astrologer I have ever advised, taken advice from, whatever advice may come, one thing comes with it, that you must have your karma doing it. If you sit at home, then this is not coming to you, and that is what drives you. But that positive energy which everyone has to get, even to go through, I'm sure these these stones. So that brings me to my next question. Which planet does diamond govern? Or which planet actually is affected by this particular stone that we are looking at today, which is one of the most precious stones, if I may call?
And you pointed it out, right, it's the most precious stone, and that is why the first thing that comes to our mind is luxury, right? And that's represented by Venus. All the style, all the fashion, everything, elegance, and all the fine things in life are represented by the planet Venus, and the stone for that is diamond.
So that's how people who are fashionable also are genuinely attracted towards it, and they flaunt their diamonds as well. But I don't know. So tell me something. Wearing a diamond jewelry for a function out and for 2 hours, would it then attract? Or, because what I have been told is that if I have to wear a stone for astrological benefits, then it is to be there with me all around and for months together. Unless it is a diamond jewelry which I am wearing in my ring and I don't remove it, I don't see a diamond necklace giving. So is my understanding correct?
That's correct. Only when you wear a particular ring, that's what we tell everybody, for minimum period of like 30 to 40 days, right? Because you want this energy, this cosmic energy, to come to you, over a period of time and strengthen that, planet through you, right? It takes time. So wearing it overnight can be just for costume jewelry or for just functions, will not give you astrological effects, which in a way is a good thing as well. Because if you're wearing the wrong stone, then you might attract wrong energy if it was giving it so quickly. So for astrological purpose, I do recommend that you need to wear it minimum for 40 to 45 days for it to really get effective.
Okay. So another question. These days, my the social media accounts would bring up the apps day in and day out. So they would suggest that there are certain apps from my Apple iPhone which I should get an app on my phone and I'll put it on my stone and it will identify which stone it is. So as regards your technological background, if I was wearing a moissanite, natural diamond and a lab grown diamond, I don't know, I haven't used those apps as of now. So would it be prudent for me to download that app and expect that it would give me those 3 results in correct form for these 3 kind of so-called diamonds which appear to be similar? Are the apps to such an extent advanced that a mobile phone can scan and tell me whether it is a moissanite or a lab grown or a natural diamond, or what kind of technology is being used to actually identify these?
Again, great question, Neeraj. Technology has advanced a lot, and that's a great thing in a positive way, but as I said, this industry has been there for a really long time. And I think Dhavalji also described that how complicated some of the processes and the differences between these stones are, right? So while an app can definitely tell you difference between say ruby, emerald, and to a diamond, definitely that difference for even people who don't know about it, it will tell you those differences. But and also to an extent, there's an app called Geometrics where you can tell the difference between a good versus a bad quality diamond in the stone. I tried it for a couple of stones, but not in great detail. It can give you a certain idea, but there hasn't been that great an app till date which can replace the super advanced machines which are certification teams like GIA, IGI, and even diamond manufacturers use to really find the difference between a really good quality diamond versus lab grown diamond. Definitely masonite, as we said, right? It's a different material, so that can be distinguished more easily through some apps, but I don't think the apps are advanced to that level yet. We have to use some of the advanced machines, and for the new technological inventions, even GIA has invented and advanced their machines to be able to start incorporating lab-grown diamonds as well as mined diamonds in their spectrum of diamonds to consider.
Soumya, just a few minutes back, while you were telling about the stones, I heard you saying, talking about the energies which these stones have attained. So the natural questions which come to my mind, and not a question which I thought earlier that I'll put, a natural question is that, forget about everything else. Today, as an astrologer giving advice for astrological perspective, what would you think, that would a natural diamond give me more energies to bring Venus attraction for me, or would a lab grown diamond be an alternative for that also? Do we have that kind of data available as of now, because lab grown diamond is still new? And the energy perspectives, yes, it may be something that the energy levels which move into growing the diamond through those gases is of the same level ultimately which have gone down the earth 100 kilometers down. But do we have data points today? If I was being advised and I had the options both monetarily and both options available, but still I would be a person who would want to save money, what would be your advice only for astrological purpose, to go for a mined diamond or to go for a lab grown diamond?
Great question. I'll break it down into three parts. I think the first one will be, I think you asked me, what would I advise from astrology perspective, whether I would advise a lab-grown diamond versus real diamond versus any other. So I would, as an astrologer, definitely, I personally feel we cannot replace nature while we have great technological advancement, but something that got produced under the earth over hundreds of years has attracted certain cosmic energies as well, which will benefit us over a period of time. So as an astrologer, my basic default would go to advise diamond for the Venus. But at the same time, I am conscious of the affordability, accessibility, and sustainability side of factors for people now. Some people may not be able to afford a real diamond, right? And for that purpose, perhaps we can test if they can afford maybe zircon, then that might give them 10% of the benefits of what a real diamond can give. I would say, from my data point, we have seen masonite probably giving around 50%. And, lab-grown diamond is still a very new industry. I would definitely be more curious and keen to explore more on that side. And I do believe it will be, going forward from sustainability point of view, will be a great option for people to consider if they cannot afford a real diamond. But I know it's really close, but I do feel there are some cosmic energies, and also with respect to treating a particular plant, that's where we are for advising on the real diamonds. And I think over a period of time, we will collect the data, and I might not be surprised that we come very close to the same data points as with the lab-grown diamond as with the mined diamond.
One last question to you, Soumya. As we all know, you are based out of Bay Area in United States, and you are practicing your astrology as well, and you are into technology space there, working professionally for Yahoo, if I'm not wrong. So, as somebody who's based in US today, do you find that this Vedic astrology, the stone significance, is it also developing in the Western world? Today, do you get clients from the Western world who get diamonds only for astrological significance? Or if I'm not wrong, I believe United States is already taken over by the lab grown Tate a lot, and it is becoming a very good alternative there. So I'm sure whatever you are seeing around you in the United States, what's your experience about it?
Yeah, so firstly, I think, again, I want to start with our Indian services are getting popular worldwide, right? We've seen that with the yoga industry. I see more white people doing yoga and teaching yoga than Indian people in America. And that's how I see, the whole astrology industry has also become very, very popular. And people are a lot more conscious. Some of the horoscope apps are, the top apps that people are reviewing every day. So it has gained a lot of importance. Though I do have to say that, most of the clients for astrological purposes in America are mostly NRIs or friends and family, of NRIs who have had the wisdom or knowledge through some of their, Western people who have had friends or family with the NRIs, or people from India, they have had linkages who've been recommended to consult an astrologer, and that is how they have been, coming into understanding our Vedic practices and being open to our Vedic services. So they are also now looking at stones as a solution, definitely. And then in terms of just the market itself, beyond astrology, I think America, I feel, is a different market compared to the Indian market, right? Indian market is more about an investment. It's a heritage. It's an heirloom concept that we have with buying our jewels and diamonds, right, to pass it on to generations. I did hear Renuka ma'am talking about it as well just before this conversation, right, that how we perceive that as generational value creation as well by buying diamonds. Whereas in America, I think diamonds are more about gifting. It's about, proposing, and it's more of like, fashion jewelry stone, more primarily till date, majority. Less of astrology, but more on that. And there's a huge, huge demand for fashion side of things, for gifting, because this is a great gift they can give, and a special gift, but it's not for generational pass downs.
That I believe is true in India also, because I have never seen my wife taking astrological advice and asking me to bring her solitaires. She does, I don't even know if she has ever taken an astrological advice, and it may be negative. I'll try to find out. If that is negative, I can dissuade her from taking these expensive stones. Be that as it may, even in India, I believe that the love for diamonds is more for passion and fashion than the astrological advice, though for some it may actually get from the astrology. Now, you raised a very important point, and before I move to Uma, as regards the designing aspects, as the last segment of our discussion, I'll come back to Dhaval for a moment. Dhaval, what do you feel is as Indians, today whatever we invest is also thinking of the investment value and the value in future. We all have seen the value of gold jumping to great extent. Yesterday I was discussing with my wife. I'm married now for 18 years, and during our shopping, during that marriage, if I am not wrong, gold was, I think, 7,000 per 10 grams, and today it has crossed 52. And I hear day in and day out as to, I told you purchase gold and you didn't, and therefore, so for somebody to invest in diamond, in natural or lab grown, what is your, if you were to invest, if you had loads of cash, not to invest in the plants for lab grown diamond, what is it that gives a investment comfort to a person who wants fashion today, but also some kind of investment value. So what is your advice insofar as the investment value of lab grown diamonds is concerned? How would you want the economics to run into the minds today?
So, sir, personally, what I think is diamond was never a commodity to invest, but that investment mindset automatically comes up when you are spending too much for a diamond, right? If you are purchasing a solitaire for worth rupees 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, automatically it comes to your mind that this is my investment. But if I would say that is a very wrong perception to the consumer that diamond is my investment, because diamond is running by altogether a separate B2B portal, and there your diamond value is not the value what you have purchased from your jeweler. The diamond value is contains what it is getting traded every day in the B2B market. So in any which ways, when you are purchasing the diamond from a jeweler, and where sooner you step down the shop, you are losing 40% of the value of your diamond. That is for sure. My words might be hard to you, but you can check, because this is a perception. Nobody is going there and evaluating the diamond. You are just keeping in your mind, this is my investment, I have purchased for 10 lakh and this is my safe investment. But the real value of your diamond in the current market, because what would be the value of the current market? That is the diamond getting traded every day into B2B market, right? So diamond was never a good investment. Diamond was always considered for a fashion and luxury only. And I would be, my view would be same in the both the case, in the lab-grown diamond as well as in the natural diamond. So it's not your investment. Consider the diamond for luxury only and fashion only.
But if I'm not wrong, the stakes in investing in a lab-grown diamond then are much less than investing in a natural diamond, if that be so.
So as I give you an example that you are losing a 40% value, sooner you step down the jeweler shop, you'll get in less value than that you'll get a lab grown diamond. So currently you'll get a 1/5 price, or the higher the size of the diamond, the lesser the value would be comparatively to natural diamond. If you are going to purchase a 5 carat natural diamond and 5 carat lab grown diamond, you only have to spend 7-8%. If it's a 3 carat, you have to spend 15%. So the lab grown diamond, you any which ways they are getting in the price what you are actually losing your value.
One last question to you, Dhaval bhai. As we heard Soumya also say, now today in our initial discussions you told me that today there is only one technology by virtue of which the difference between a natural diamond and a lab grown diamond can actually be caught. So when you sell a lab grown diamond, you sell it with a certificate that this is a LGD, a lab grown diamond, and when somebody sells a natural diamond, probably the lab is giving a certificate, and these are government authorized labs. Now, do we anticipate a technology wherein the quality or whatever refractive index which the particular light which today differentiates between a lab grown diamond and the natural diamond, do we anticipate a technology coming which even takes away that difference and one cannot differentiate? There is no, would there be always a lab which would be able to differentiate between a grown and a mined diamond, or we may reach an extent in technology that there would be no difference, there would be no technology which would be able to make that difference? Is the trade working towards that also?
So basically, sir, if 10 years back or 15 years back, if I have told someone that there would be a lab which will grow the diamond, then that time it might sound a little unweird. But today, the only difference is because even a so-called gemologist who have spent almost 50 years in his entire life in a diamond only, and they are so-called gemologists, they are not able to identify the difference of this, either this is the natural diamond or either this is a lab grown diamond. For that, as we mentioned earlier as well, you have to send that stones to the laboratories which are equipped with the high spectrometers and everything, and they define a kind of strategy and one graph. They read only one graph, and that at a particular wavelength the light got absorbed, and they came to know that this is the lab grown one and this is the natural one. So, in my view, I strongly feel in next 4-5 years there would be a technology, and there would be a technology which would be producing a diamond. Then there won't be any differentiation that even lab won't be able to differentiate the difference that this is a natural diamond or this is the lab grown diamond. And second, I just want to put my view on the question you asked Soumya just now, that for the astrological reason either you should prefer a lab grown diamond or natural diamond. I would differ on that part because
Obvious, for
no,
obvious reasons.
with a logical reason. Just listen me out for a minute. That currently, sir, diamond was using in all the, if there is any science behind this wearing the stone, apart from astrology, in astrology if there is any science for wearing the diamond, so scientifically if it's the same diamonds, all the applications in a science is getting replaced by the lab grown diamond. Okay, currently like we are supplying to in the medical application, we are supplying into the high laser application, defense application, semiconductor industry, everywhere where it used to get natural diamond पहले वहाँ use होता था. So now if we are this can be the alternative to if there is any scientific reason behind the astrology, then it would definitely work.
I would say that energy is not something which can be calculated and checked out. So maybe we'll give the benefit of doubt to Soumya.
And second point,
I think we are running out of time. So I'll put the I'll ask Uma one particular aspect. Uma, we all know that technology is being used in designing nowadays to a great extent. I have also researched and I found that there are today augmented reality wherein you people use technology to tell me as to what kind of necklace, not me, rather my wife or all the gorgeous ladies present here, as to how a particular proposed necklace would look on their face, what diamond, what carat, what colors. So, as a creative person, as a designer, jewelry designer, what comfort has lab grown diamond given you beyond the limitations you had in the natural diamond space?
So, first of all, I'd like to thank you, Neeraj, for having me in this panel. Basically, I'm not from a technology background, I'm deeply rooted in creative background. So, as a creative person, having an experience of over 10 years of a period, I had this opportunity to closely look into the industry and see like how lab-grown diamond has given a liberty for a designer to design jewelry with no restrictions, because as a designer you're asked to design jewelry which is maybe half a carat, a quarter of a carat, or maybe lesser than that, because the market is not able to afford that kind of price that is which comes with naturally mined jewelry. So when it comes to lab-grown diamonds, what happens is that even Dhaval Bhai would just tell me, like, just design, think of any cut or shapes and we can manufacture it, because we have that liberty to grow a diamond into any carat weight, and we can procure shapes which is not just a round, emerald, pear, or maybe the standard shapes that we are familiar of. We can cut the shapes into a lily-shaped diamond, or we can get it into even a star-shaped diamond, because we have that kind of liberty when it comes to lab-grown diamonds.
So, in my research, I found that lab-grown diamonds are also available in color.
Yes.
So, as a designer, if you were earlier using ruby or some other stones in your jewelry, today you can have an entire diamond necklace with different color of stones. Is it correct?
Sure, because certainly if I just recollect my earlier years of working in the industry, I used to work with Sutra, which is basically color stones and diamond based jewelry, which used to serve celebrities. Like, we used to cater for celebrity jewelry, and we used to have this liberty to design big chunky jewelries, which were even worn by Michelle Obama at one point. So yeah, after that company, this is when, I mean, once I have got the liberty to use lab grown diamond, I had this kind of freedom to design whatever jewelry that I can think of, because inspirations should flow through the forms, and I can have that arena of designs that I can think of.
Though many questions are still flowing in my mind, and I must admit, as a lawyer, I have this daily habit of cross-examining the witnesses, so that will never end. And my judge here has just indicated that my time is over. So I'll, if there are any questions, maybe in next 5 minutes we could take 1 or 2 questions. Otherwise,
The mic's on here.
So thank you, that was very interesting. But as Mr. Deol said, that it is hard to differentiate between a lab-grown and mined diamond to the naked eye. But is there anything to the naked eye that we can differentiate, or even through the eyeglass, the difference between a lab-grown and a mined one?
Ma'am, currently, no, I would say, even if with the help of magnification glass or even if the help of microscopic analysis, you won't be able to identify. As a layman, forget about it. That's why I gave an example that a gemologist from the labs itself cannot identify by naked eye. They have to run that test in that machine only to see that either this is a lab-grown diamond or a natural diamond.
Is there any, maybe after the talk I'll ask you, any lab here you can suggest that we can just get it tested?
Yes, ma'am. There are, the most prominent labs are IGI, that is the International Gemological Institute, and GIA, that is a Gemological Institute of America, and then one more, there is a SGL lab. So these 3-4 are quite reputed lab, and you can get your diamond tested there.
Yeah. Are there any restrictions in the lab-grown diamond, like respect to size, for example?
No, sir. In a lighter way, I was just briefing Neeraj ji half an hour back before our discussion gets started that we're gonna make our next Kohinoor here in India.
Okay, okay.
So there is no size restriction. I just want to answer simply that.
And like,
so
like,
we won't be हमें ज़्यादा वो राह नहीं देखने के लंदन वाले कब वापस देंगे. We would be producing our own Kohinoor here only.
So at present, can we say like lab-grown diamonds are grown in like 3, 4, 5, 10 carats?
So currently, just last week, my factory has given a shape to 31 carat emerald. 31 carat emerald, yes. This is the highest.
31 or 231?
31 carat polished
31.
emerald, yeah.
Okay.
And the rough diamond was 150 carat.
And my next
I
question
hope you have paid GST on that bill, and the government has been told that 31 carat.
Fortunately, we are GST free in diamonds.
Here comes in the lawyer.
My next question is, how do you grow in lab-grown diamonds? Like, what is the seed like?
So
Seed is like, let's say, 10 cent natural diamond, or what is the seed basically? That's the question.
seed basically, sir, for the first time, yes, we do use a natural diamond seeds in a first only one process only. Once we grow the diamond on it in a lab grown, then we use our seeds only, which are grown diamonds become seeds. We used to cut and slice those cubic what we have grown, and then we use it as a seed only again.
Okay.
So we don't need every time a natural diamond seed.
Okay, but like a lab-grown diamond can become a seed for the next diamond.
Yes. Because it becomes diamond only on the natural diamond. Once it's grown, it's become diamond only. Then we use that lab-grown diamond seed only to grow another diamond.
Now, last question is, what is the price differential? Let's say, for example, considering all the 4 C's common for both the diamonds, let's say for 1 carat of diamond for both the sizes, what will be the price?
Sir, for the as you asked specifically for the 1 carat,
Yeah,
so I would say if you in a natural you'll go to buy a same clarity and same
Yeah.
color and for the 4 C's all the
Yeah.
same diamond in around it will cost you around $5,000.
Right.
That would cost you around here $900 or $800 per carat. But the bigger the size would be, I mean, if it's a 5 carat diamond,
Yeah.
then the seed
gap
would
will
be
be more.
changed. Yeah,
The
too
gap will
much,
be more.
too much, too
Okay,
much.
okay,
It would be only 4-5% then.
Oh, otherwise in the smaller it is about
Smaller,
20%.
there is because there is a labor ratage is there, na?
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you, my dear panelists, for enlightening us with all the facets of lab-grown diamonds. And for my lovely audience, we also have a diamond exhibition by Pure Traces going on for you, where you can go, check, and place your orders for all those exquisite solitaires that you've been waiting for. I now request Mr. Paul Benjamin Joint Secretary, Vasant Vihar Society, to please come and hand over the mementos to our esteemed panelists. जी. Thank you, everyone.